Long before Shakespeare, before Homer, any name we know from the pages of history, there was her. A woman who wrote her thoughts, her prayers, and her power into clay. She lived over 4,000 years ago in ancient Sumer, where rivers met and civilizations were born. Her name was Enheduanna, and she is the world's first known author. It is around 2300 BC, in the land between two rivers, the Tigris and the Euphrates, Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization. Here, powerful city-states rise and fall, each ruled by kings who claim the favor of the gods. One such king, Sargon of Akkad, known as Sargon the Great, conquered Sumer and built the world's first known empire. And to secure his rule, he placed someone he trusted deeply in charge of the spiritual heart of Sumer, the great temple of Ur. That person was his daughter, Enheduanna. Enheduanna was appointed as the High Priestess of the moon god Inanna, one of the most powerful positions in the ancient world. Her duty wasn't just spiritual, it was political. Through her, the gods of Akkad and Sumer were united, bringing peace between conquered lands and their conquerors. She was the bridge between earth and heaven, between two peoples. But Enheduanna was more than a priestess. She was a poet, a philosopher, and above all, a voice that refused to be forgotten. For the first time in human history, a person signed their name to their writing. Not a king, not a god, but a woman. She wrote hymns and poems dedicated to Inanna, the goddess of love, war, and justice. Her most famous work, The Exaltation of Inanna, is more than just a prayer. It is a story of exile, pain, and triumph. Banished from her temple during a rebellion, Enheduanna cried out to the goddess she served. Her words, carved into clay, speak of fear, betrayal, and divine justice. Queen of all powers, resplendent light, lady of all the divine decrees, I have been cast out like a swallow from its nest. But you, Inanna, will lift me up. Her poetry was personal, raw, human. It was the first time someone used writing to express their own emotions. In the end, she was restored to her position, proof that even in the world's earliest empire, the power of words could move nations. Enheduanna's works were copied and studied for centuries after her death. Her words influenced Mesopotamian religion, politics, and art. And though the empires that once worshipped her gods have turned to dust, her voice still speaks. More than 40 centuries later, archaeologists unearthed her clay tablets, still carrying her signature. Enheduanna, priestess of the moon god, the first author, the first poet, the first person in all of recorded history to say, "This is my story." Enheduanna reminds us that power doesn't only come from swords or crowns. It comes from words, from the courage to speak, to write, to be remembered. So the next time you open a book, read a poem, or write your thoughts into a journal, remember the woman who did it first. Over 4,000 years ago, in the land of Sumer. Her name was Enheduanna. If you enjoyed uncovering forgotten legends of history, remember to like, subscribe, and join me next time as we bring another lost story back to life.